One of the best and most enjoyable ways to play Football Manager is to do a Journeyman save. Today, I'm going to show you how to set it up step by step. Now, a Journeyman save is one of my favourite types of save. You can end up all over the globe, trotting around country to country, learning different clubs, leagues, cultures, stadiums. What's not to love? Right, should we do step one then? So most importantly, we need to start unemployed. Remember, it's going to pick your favourite team otherwise, so get up to here and drop down unemployed. That's step one, and down to advanced setup. Now you've got two options. You can either visualise your journey, so you have a clutch of countries you feel like you want to start your journey on. Maybe you want to start in Eastern Europe or Western Europe, work your way around there. Or you can just select as many leagues as your PC can handle. I'm going to show you what that looks like. I've just selected an absolute ton of leagues. You can see that there's an absolute ton, but it's also affected my game speed, so that's going to chug along. So this is what I'm saying, it's probably a good idea to select a clutch of leagues, because remember, when we're starting unemployed, to get a job we need all the lowest leagues possible. So example, in England, the Panorama North and South, so from there you've got all the leagues going up. So right there is so many leagues, so it's best to break it down a bit if you can. So for example, if you're going to concentrate on the European leagues, we take the South American ones out and we're just going to select a few of these. Now I've played in England loads, so I'm going to take that one off. Just go through them, have a think about how you want your initial stages of your Journeyman to start. Having said that, you still want it to have an element of randomness, because that's what a Journeyman's all about. So you still want to select a good bunch of leagues, because we can take them out later on once we've got a job. So just like that, I've selected that clutch of leagues there. I've gone for these leagues because they're not ones I would normally manage in, and they're none of the superpowers. I feel like it's a good place to start our journey. It's entirely up to you how you do it though. Just remember though, and I'll show you how to do it later, you can remove and add leagues as you chug along. In fact, let's show you that now. I'll jump over into my Inter Milan save. This is my Inter save where I'm testing a few tactics. So if I go to the little FM icon here and go down to add remove leagues, you can see which leagues I've got open at the minute. Most of the big guns really, because I was looking at players as well. So if I want to take some of these out or in, this is what you do. Simply go up to take Brazil out, for example, and that gives you a date when that will become unactivated. You can see in the top corner, I'm currently on the 7th December 2022. This one will stop being playable from the 2nd of the 1st 2023, so it does give you a little bit of time. And the same goes for adding a league in. So if you know you're coming to the end of your time in your Journeyman, you want more options, you need to plan ahead. So you go up to add league, then you're going to select where you're going to be going. So we're in Europe here, so we'll add some more. We haven't got Norway, so I'm going to select Norway down the bottom league there. We'll press that. Now you can see pending nation Norway, playable from the 13th of the 1st 2023. So again, it's got a bit of time to go before you can jump into that one. So if you can do it a few months in advance, it gives you the best option. I've added a couple more leagues in there, and you can see when we've added Greece in, you're not going to be able to play that until the end of the season. So this is a great time to think about it. When you're halfway through your current season and you're thinking about the next season, start adding the nations in. Greece will become available in pre-season of 2023. So you're with me so far? Whatever you start with, you're not stuck to that. So all those leagues I've got there, I can still add and remove as we go and create your journey as you like. So that's the league set up and what to add, remove as you go. Now it's time for your manager. Oh yeah, that's step two. Now remember, it's going to start you off on the last manager profile you use, so that's too good. It's too good for our Journeyman save, so we need to wipe that clean. Now I've got a semi-controversial opinion on this. Coaching badges up here. A lot of people like to start with no coaching badges, which means you've just got out of your Greg's night shift, you've crawled out of your electrician job, and you've cracked into a job in management. Now, I'm a bit of a stickler for detail, and for me, would any club in the world give you a job with no coaching badges? So I like to start on the lowest one possible. National C is the introductory coaching qualification at domestic level and is the first step a non-player will take towards furthering their education. For realism, I like that one, so I'm going to have that one in there. Now, football playing experience wise, now a lot of you are not going to be international footballers at a global level. I'm just saying. So choose wisely. If you played semi-pro, by all means bang it in. I was somewhere in between. I was a Sunday League footballer, but I thought I was a semi-pro. Let's select that, and now you can see our absolutely horrific attributes. Man, look at those. If I was a joiner or a carpenter, I would think a rubber mallet would do the trick. We are diabolical. Now you do have the option of adding a focusing to actually shift some of those attributes about. If I went tactician, for example, I'm suddenly really good at tactical and I'm abysmal at everything else. It really doesn't really matter. This is your scratch pad. This is where you're starting. This is the joy of the journeyman. So now our ego has taken a massive hit. We're not the great manager we thought we were. It's time for step 3. It's glory time. We're in the game and it's time to find ourselves a job. That's what we're here for, crew. So we go to Job Centre and we are great by an absolute multitude of jobs. Some of them, however, we can't apply for. You've got Director of Football, Technical Director. So we need to filter them down. So we go up to the top right, we press filter and you can see all the jobs come up. Let's just tick them all off and then just go with manager. And now we're great with the manager jobs that are actually available. Those are the jobs we're great with, a clutch of teams, and I haven't heard of any of them other than the international ones. For some reason, Nigeria under 20s, that job's always going. Question marks are being asked there. We've got jobs there in the Czech Republic, Croatia, Finland, Hungary, Iceland, Poland, and Romania. These are the ones we can go for. If you just want to go for all of them, by all means, down in the bottom corner, under my fat head, is this button here, apply all, and that will just bang in an application, your CV, on Monster, on Indeed, gets fired to all of them. Of course, your other option is to be a bit more picky and wait for a job. At the start of a journeyman, that can be a bit of a battle, but if you want to go that way, by all means do, and have a little look around. So I like to go to the club info pages. Let's go and have a look at Kordrenger in Iceland. And I won't lie to you, I start judging things on badge, on kit, and on stadium. If you haven't got a stadium pack installed, you want to know how, there is a video on the channel. Now, instantly, I love this team. Look at the badge. The kits are nice. The stadium is elite. It is literally my playing field back at high school with the science block in the background. I mean, that's got a charm about it, right? I'd be applying for this job. Then it's just a case of waiting for interviews and trying to get yourself a job, and your journey is off. But wait, how does your journey look? Are there any rules for your journeyman save? There's a couple of guys I've seen hanging around. They've got their ideas for a journeyman save, and I've got mine. Different ways to play the journeyman. Let's take a look.
It's probably no great secret that I love a good journeyman, but I do like to try and add a little bit of a stipulation to it just to make it more challenging. And in FM21, I think I invented one of my favourites, where I forced myself to move to a new club at the start of each new season, and I took over the squad and tried to develop a tactic with the players that I inherited, and I banned myself from making a single signing.
Now what's this I hear you say? This is JDFM, and his journeyman style is he likes to go deep and get immersed in the story, plenty of backstory, loads going on. I mean, look at this, it looks like a Hollywood film. It doesn't stop there for him, he gets himself onto Google Maps and has a good look around the stadium, the surrounding. Man even buys his manager a house. That's how deep he goes. Lama and JD coming in strong with two different types of journeyman save there, and what I love about this is we've all got different takes on it and there is no right or wrong rule. Here's mine, it's the Stinger Man that we've done in 21 and 22. And this is the way I like to do things. So obviously the first one goes without saying, we start unemployed. 0 or minimal coaching badges. So I've put youth coach there, so in that case it'd be the National C that we talked about. And this is the key one for me, is I always try and start at the lowest possible star ranked team. So you're looking like a half star ranked club. And then the next stage on your journey, only accept or pursue jobs half a star level up in either club rep or league. So that way your journey is going to last a little bit longer and you can't just jump from, say, a 1-star club to a 4-star club. And that ties in with number 5. You get a maximum of 2 years at a club. So you are moving around quite a lot, quite frequently. So let me explain that half a star bump. So Club Info, for example, back on the Intersave, they are a 4.5 level club. So that'll be one of the clubs we get to near the end of the journey. You want to start at half a star. As a guide, this is Pro Savona Calcio in Serie C, and they're a 1.5, so you can see how far down you're going to have to go if you want to start that low. Now, the other way to do it is move it up by league reputation. So you can see the reputation of the leagues there. The Premier League's out on top, followed by La Liga and Serie A. Now, if we go all the way down to the bottom here, bear with me because there's a lot of leagues in this world. There you can see these are all half a star. So you've got things like the Austrian level 5. Some of these aren't playable, but some of them are. So what I'm saying is if you can't move up a club in half a star, you can move up in leagues. So for example, if you find yourself in France at the Champion National 3, it's a 1-star league. If there's no clubs matching your philosophy of jumping up, but you need to jump up in league, you can come up to the 1.5-star leagues. And if there's any clubs going in there, maybe you can get a job in Mexico, for example. That's moving up half a star. So you've either got leagues you can move up or clubs you can move up. Just gives you a bit more flexibility. And don't forget, this is a journeyman, so if you want to add some new leagues, some new continents, do so. Give yourself 4, 5 to 6 months ahead of time, and that way you'll be able to do it and open up some more options for yourself. And that's it, crew. It's as simple as that. Now, whatever style of Journeyman save you choose, whether it be one of ours or your own, have fun, get yourself around the globe, explore new clubs. It's going to be a hell of a ride. I'm kind of jealous because I don't think I'm doing one this year. Or am I?